All right, this is a continuation of the previous video. This is Stephanie Washer, and this is for my Cisco 2 class. We're going to go over Etherchannel, and I'm just going to do the basic configs. You can, after this, your PCs will be able to ping back and forth. I'm not going to show that. I'm just going to show the basic configs for time purposes. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up Etherchannel for LACP. So we're going to go to both of the switches and we're going to configure, I like my notepad. We're going to configure interface range. So we're going to configure port 1 and port 2 on both switches with exactly the same thing. That's what we're doing. We're setting them both up. So what we are going to set up Etherchannel. And then we're gonna create a port channel instead of using individual trunks. So we're making those two ports look like, or those two connections look like one connection. So we're gonna combine them into one port channel. Now, let's do it. Let's go into switch 1. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to go in here and we're going to go interface range F0/1 to 2. And we're going to do channel group 1 mode active. The thing about Etherchannel, what you want to do is you need to make sure that both sides are exactly the same, that they're the same speed, they're the same, whether they're half duplex, full duplex, everything needs to be the same. So you need to make sure that everything matches on both sides for the switch. And even the VLANs. So we got to make sure everything matches. Right now, it went down and then up for both of them. That's good. That's fine. So we need to now create the port channel. So I am going to, I moved this too far over, so we're going to do INT port channel, port-channel, if I could. My fingers are doing something different than my brain is telling it. Switch port mode trunk. So we're just going to enter, once you do the, I forgot, once you do switch interface port channel 1, you can do all the same commands that you normally do. Switch port mode trunk. We're going to do, we changed the native VLAN to 60, so switch port trunk native VLAN 60. And the other one this is a new command for trunking. We can allow all of the VLANs. So if you don't want to allow every single VLAN, you can do that. By default, it allows them all. So the switch port trunk allowed, and then you could do 20, 30. Those are all our VLANs. So you can do switch port trunk allowed, and then all of our VLANs. Let's do a question mark. We're in trunking mode, so we should be able to do switch port trunk allowed. I'm not going to complete it. It's fine. I want them all allowed anyway, so it's not a big deal. And so maybe I'm just doing this with a space, and I shouldn't be. That is, nope. Oh, geez. I didn't put the word VLAN in there. There we go. That's all you needed was the word VLAN. And that's what the question mark is always good for. And if you read it correctly, that's even better. So we are done with switch 1. And we can Control Z out, we can do show run. I just always hit spacebar to the very end and then go And what we want to look at is we want to look at port 1 and 2. And then right above port 1 is probably port 2. Yep, there's port channel 1. We've got our switch port trunk native VLAN 60. We have our allowed VLANs, which is every single one. And it's switch port mode trunk. And you can see that Faster Ethernet 1 and 2 have the exact same commands as above. So those are all set to go. And then channel 1 mode active. That's it. That's all you need. Switch 2, we're going to do the exact same thing, but I am going to actually, I'm just going to put them in there by copying. If we wanted to, so I'm going to do this first. Hit enter. So now it's up and running. But if you wanted to do channel group 1, and then you did question mark, it would tell you it's only mode, and then we would type in mode. You can do question mark. So now you can see all of the different modes that you can set it at. If we do mode active, that enables LACP unconditionally. That is set statically. It's going to enable it. It's good to go. If you do auto or desirable, then that is PAGP, and we aren't going to use that right now. We can do on, it's just Etherchannel all by itself, or passive, which is, if the other end is active, it will automatically detect it. I don't like the automatically detecting things. Only do that if you have to. It's always, I just like to statically set everything. I don't know. I just feel safer that way. So there is the help on that. And in your curriculum, it tells you all of the different, there's a chart on if one end is active and the other end is desirable, what happens, or if both ends are active, or if both ends are desirable. So anyway, it tells you kind of like a troubleshooting through it. So that is helpful. Now we're going to do the port channel information, and we're going to put that in there. Right in, paste it in. So now we have the port channel and we have the allowed. Oh, remember I messed that up by putting spaces in. I forgot. There we go. So now we have that in. We're going to Control Z, do a show run, and look at our commands. So we got port channel 1. We've got our switch port trunk native VLAN 60, very important. Switch port mode trunk on both, on the port channel, and on both of our interfaces. So it's going to make these two connections look like one connection. And that's what Etherchannel is all about. All right, that is how you configure Etherchannel. If you have any questions, please email me at s.washer@rockvalleycollege.edu or send me a message through NetAcad. Have a great day.